As we learn to utilize our mind to train it, it will do incredible things for us, as you will soon see, declared Jose Silva. 3 simple fingers can unleash a revolution in our perception and reality. In the vast landscape of our mind lies an undiscovered power waiting to be unearthed. Jose Silva, a resourceful man, unveils the secrets of the human mind, revealing a remarkable technique that could alter the course of our lives. This technique can enhance your experience in autosuggestion, strengthening affirmations, visualizations, and other methods to transform your reality. Imagine intensifying your emotional states, making your goals considerably more potent. And it's not just a path to autosuggestion, but also a tool for solving everyday challenges, such as memory recovery. In this video, you will learn a master key to unlock the latent capabilities of your mind. Not only will you delve into the depths of your consciousness, but you will also transform your reality. Do you believe you know the Silva method? It stands out as a scientifically valid approach to empowering the mind. It was developed in the 1960s. After exploring various visualization and concentration techniques, Silva, who was an electronics technician and teacher, always had a keen interest in hypnosis, education, philosophy, and the human mind. Furthermore, he was convinced that it was possible to improve the intellectual quotient and mental abilities of all people through some form of mental training. When he saw that his children were struggling in school, he decided to combine his passions. Thus, he began to investigate, discovering the brain's electronics and the different brain operating rhythms. The Silva method has a set of techniques aimed at developing people's innate abilities that, if not exercised, will remain dormant, and we will not be able to harness them. With this method, it is possible to achieve a state of deep consciousness and attain specific goals, such as improving concentration, memory, creativity, emotional well-being, and overall quality of life. No prior experience is necessary, and anyone can practice it. Silva recognized the great mental capacity of the human being, often wasted or misused, and suggested meditation, visualization, and mental programming. These techniques are based on consciously using the brain's lower frequencies, achieving self-programming to achieve different goals according to each person's interests. The brain has the lowest frequency when we are in deep sleep, and it is necessary to train to reach these waves without sleeping, that is, in a state of consciousness. When the brain works on mental self-control at its lowest waves, it is more effective. The brain's electrical impulses are transmitted from one neuron to another and carry information. These impulses can vary in rhythm, intensity, etc., creating different brainwaves that can be measured with an electroencephalogram. Let's talk more about brainwaves. Delta waves, from 1 to 3 Hz, are the lowest and occur when we are in deep sleep but not dreaming. It's a state of unconsciousness, but the brain isn't completely shut down. Theta waves, from 3.5 to 7.5 Hz, have a larger wave amplitude and occur when people are in a state of deep calm. Memories and fantasies can be accessed when we sleep and are in the REM phase. There is consciousness, although disconnected from the real environment. Alpha waves, from 8 to 13 Hz, are still related to relaxation states. They can appear when you are conscious but calm, such as watching television or walking in a park. You're not sleeping, but in deep calm. Beta waves, from 12 to 33 Hz, have intense neuronal activity. It's when we're alert and paying attention to our environment. Gamma waves, from 25 to 100 Hz, appear in waking states, and their presence is linked to consciousness and memory management. For the Silva method, the suitable state is alpha because in it, people can consciously control will. They can be more proactive, increase their mental abilities, and be able to have creative solutions to problems. Jose Silva's research concluded that the mind's resistance to new and better suggestions can be overcome by entering deeper mental states, specifically alpha and theta. The difficulty many people face in reciting affirmations lies in the fact that they do so while their brains are fully awake in beta brainwaves. The mind reacts to sensory impressions from the three-dimensional world, which can hinder belief in a different reality and the ability to manifest changes, thus limiting the effectiveness of affirmations. However, entering alpha and theta states facilitates this process, allowing the creation of a new version of oneself and escaping the influence of the external environment. The technique of the 3 fingers, according to Silva, states that any autosuggestion aimed at personal change is 100 times more effective when performed in alpha and theta brainwaves instead of beta. You can apply this technique at any time of the day, whether in the morning, at night, or throughout the day. By doing so, you tune into alpha and theta brainwaves, intensifying the desired emotional state and maximizing autosuggestion. This technique reflects other traditions that use hand gestures to induce certain mental states, such as Hindu and Buddhist traditions, that include mudras, or specific hand and body positions used in spiritual practices like yoga and meditation. The hand form described by Silva corresponds to the Bat Nashak mudra, which practitioners believe can help overcome forgetfulness, thus facilitating learning. Additionally, practitioners of neurolinguistic programming use a technique called anchoring, in which they associate a specific hand form with a particular feeling, such as confidence, until that specific gesture immediately and reliably triggers that feeling. Now let's discuss the 3-finger rule in detail. Basically, you need to learn that we can anchor or associate any experience of tranquility, relaxation, and calmness with a part of our body. It would be like creating a button that, when activated, mentally directs us to those memories that inspire us and convey so much peace and tranquility. First, you need to determine which 3 fingers you're talking about. If you are right-handed, you should use your left hand, and if you are left-handed, your right hand. This is because we are going to anchor or associate 3 fingers of your non-dominant hand. And if you use your dominant hand, obviously, when interacting with your dominant hand, you will activate this anchoring. However, we don't want this to happen unless we are satisfied with this connection to these situations. For example, I am right-handed and will do this with my left hand. The 3 fingers are the index, middle, and thumb. Next, we'll see the steps in detail. The first step is to enter the meditative alpha state. To enter this state, start playing alpha sounds from 7 to 14 Hz with headphones. Get your body into a relaxed and comfortable position, whether sitting in the lotus position, lying in bed, or reclining in a chair. Close your eyes and start breathing deeply. Also, raise your eyes 20 degrees above the horizon line, as if trying to look at your eyebrows. This eye position, for reasons still unknown to scientists, helps induce the alpha state. Now, start the countdown from 100, and as you become more skilled at this, you will be able to enter this alpha and theta state much more easily and quickly. Start with 100, but as you improve, decrease the count to 50, then 20, and finally 10. You will be able to enter this alpha state in just 10 seconds, using a 2-second interval between each number. During this process, mentally affirm to yourself, "Now I am counting from 100 to 1, and when I reach 1, I will instantly enter my deep state." This statement is intended to program your subconscious to associate the countdown with entering the alpha state. When you reach 1, assume that you are in a relaxed alpha state, ready for receptivity. The second step is to program the trigger. Every time you join your fingers, you will act with a serious purpose, instantly reaching this mental level to achieve what you want. This statement acts as a subconscious trigger that will help you enter the desired mental state quickly and effectively whenever you use this technique. It is important to remember that consistency and persistence are key to achieving the best results with this technique. The more you practice it, the more familiar you will become with the process, and the more effective it will become. Therefore, set aside daily time to dedicate yourself to this practice and observe the benefits it brings to your life, including greater mental clarity, stress reduction, and greater ability to manifest positive changes in your reality. Now that you have completed trigger programming, you will remain in your deep state for as long as you wish. A powerful bond has been established between the action of joining your 3 fingers and the instant entry into the desired receptive mental state. This stimulus will allow you to access this state whenever necessary, whether to manifest, affirm, or for any other purpose you desire. The third step is to exit the deep state. When you decide to exit this state, simply follow this process. Tell yourself that you will count from 1 to 5. When you reach 3, you will be awake, and when you reach 5, you will be fully awake, energized, and feeling better than before. Use repetition as your ally to solidify these stimuli and triggers in your subconscious mind. Don't give up if you don't see immediate results. Repetition is key, and over time, you will find that this technique becomes more effective. By practicing this process regularly, you will become a skilled master of your own mental state, able to enter and exit deep states at will, to manifest your desires and change your life experience. This technique aligns perfectly with the understanding that we live in a state of simulation, and that by consciously accessing receptive mental states like alpha and theta, we can positively influence our reality. By applying it during the day, you have the ability to enter these receptive states and program your subconscious mind to manifest the desired reality. Additionally, connecting with the moment before sleep, when you are naturally in such receptive states, reinforces the idea of seizing these moments to create powerful intentions. On the other hand, the key to turning this technique into a lasting habit is constant repetition. Therefore, it is recommended to perform this exercise daily for at least 40 days. Although results may vary, some may experience quick changes, while others may need more time. In the first 10 days, perform the complete exercise, counting from 100 to 1, to solidify your ability to enter the alpha state with the triggers. From the 11th to the 20th day, simplify the exercise by counting from 50 to 1, which will reinforce your ability and speed up the process. From the 21st to the 30th day, continue simplifying, now counting from 20 to 1. Keep a record of your progress and notice how you feel when using the triggers. In the last 10 days, simplify even more by counting from 10 to 1. At the end of these 40 days, you will have created a solid habit to quickly access receptive mental states. Remember that patience and persistence are key. If your reality has not completely changed after these 40 days, do not be discouraged. Consistent practice will lead to mastery of this technique and harnessing its transformative power. Once you have successfully established this permanent trigger, you will have created direct access to your deep state, which is literally at your fingertips. This access allows you to retrieve information, relax, access creativity, and enter the flow state whenever you want, just by using your triggers. Initially, it may take longer, but as you persist in practice, you will see quicker and more effective results. Additionally, consider using alpha frequencies as a complementary tool. You can link these alpha frequencies to the three-finger practices to facilitate entry into alpha and theta states. It is important to mention that the exercises of the Silva method can help with various issues. Some of the main benefits include relaxation, tension, anxiety, and stress control, improvement of sleep, fostering a positive and optimistic attitude, enhancement of memory, concentration and learning, increased self-esteem and confidence, making better decisions, and setting clear goals. On the other hand, Silva mentions that a teacher in Denver used this three-finger technique to teach spelling to her students. With a list of 20 words to assess them, she asked them to write the words they studied that week, using the three-finger technique to remember the words and visualize them in their minds. In this way, she managed to teach all her students to remember their spelling list using this method. It is worth noting that a modern study found that training people to access the alpha state through neurofeedback training, where people learn to control their brainwaves in real time, significantly improved their short-term memory. Over time, if you maintain the position while in class or read educational material, for example, your brain will enter the alpha state while encoding the information, which means it will encode it more deeply. Then, if you repeat the technique while being assessed on the material, you may recall the information much better than if you were in the beta state during a test. This is based on the psychological principle of state-dependent memory, which suggests that it is easier to recall information when you are in the same physical and mental condition as when you learned it. Therefore, if you learn in alpha but take the assessment in beta or vice versa, your performance may not be as effective. This concept is not new. It is often the way people position their hands during meditation while sitting cross-legged. However, Silva elevated this technique to new heights, and those who applied it in their work noticed a significant improvement. Even Vishen Lakhani, the CEO of Mind Valley, says he calms down during public presentations with this method. Keep in mind this quote from Jose Silva: "When a person learns to operate mentally at this deeper level, creativity is enhanced, memory is potentiated, and people are able to solve problems more effectively." Are you excited to try? Understanding and applying the Silva method involves unraveling the untapped potentials of our mind, expanding our concentration, memory, and problem-solving abilities. By accessing mental states such as alpha and theta, we can not only optimize our learning, but also strengthen our ability to auto-suggest and significantly transform our reality. Furthermore, the three-finger technique, developed by Jose Silva, represents not only a method to enhance mental skills, but also a gateway to a deeper understanding of our potential. By regularly practicing this approach, we can not only achieve a receptive mental state, but also actively shape our experience and create positive changes in our lives. For those interested in further exploring this fascinating field of the human mind and self-development, I recommend continuing to seek knowledge and practicing the learned techniques. Always remember the importance of consistency and persistence when incorporating new habits into your life. I wish you much mental clarity, success in your goals, and a journey of self-discovery filled with learning and growth. Stay tuned for more videos on similar topics, as each new knowledge acquired can open doors to new possibilities and transformations in your life. Until our next video.